and welcome to Coaching Conversations with me, Marie Taylor, and Steve Crabb.
Hello again.
Today our topic of conversation is about managing the inner world. So we're looking at self-management and how to coach and help people to do that effectively. So do join us. So Steve, let's think about this question of why is self-management important and how do we help clients to look at that?
Okay. When we talk about self-management, a lot of people think we're talking about fluffy woo-woo.
Yeah.
I was going to say Zen, but I don't want to disparage Zen. I did a training once and someone said, you're not going to light any candles, are you? Or burn incense? I went, no. So there's quite often a misperception that self-management is all around this external stuff.
Yeah.
And doesn't really have a value. But I think it's the most valuable place to explore for any entrepreneur and for any coach.
Yeah.
Because with all the skill sets and all the techniques and tools, if they haven't got the right inner state, right, the attitude, the rest doesn't count for much. And there's a huge cost of business with people not knowing how to do self-management.
Yes, say a bit about that, because there are massive costs with the whole well-being piece and things like that, but say a bit more.
Well, I make it very obvious to clients. I always say, for example, let's keep it very specific. I say, how much does it cost to replace a burnt-out executive?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and the executive's only burnt out because it's not about the amount of work they're doing, it's about how they are managing their internal state in terms of the response to what's going on outside. So for example, you could have two entrepreneurs and two executives who've got the same workload, but one's coping and one's not.
Yes.
So it's not the workload, it's how they are managing their reaction to the external.
Very good. So if you're thinking about this issue around, internal self-management, what couple of tips do you have on how people might work with people on that?
Where do you start with this one?
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually a topic of mine, which is a real favourite, because with the therapy background and the one-to-one coaching background, and also the sports coaching background. For example, in sports, people have to show up. They might have been training for 4 years for the Olympics. So they want to just hope they have a good day. They want to be able to show up. So where to start with the tips? I think actually the first tip is a tip which actually I found invaluable, which is to have a self-awareness that our thoughts affect our emotions.
Yeah.
Okay? So for example, if I'm inside my head and I'm worrying, I'm doubting, I'm going to create the chemistry. And that awareness alone for many people is just like, really? They didn't know there was a connection between the two. So awareness is first, because if we don't have the awareness, we can't do anything about it.
Yes, absolutely.
We can't even see it, or hear it in the case of worrying voices, for example. So I think it's good to spend some time with clients to give them that self-awareness that they're thinking, whether it's auditory, internal dialogue, or whether it's the pictures that they're making affects their internal state. And that they have a lot of control and a lot of power over that. And it doesn't mean we coach people to micromanage their thinking.
No.
That's not what I'm talking about.
No.
There's a lot of interest about mindfulness. It seems to be one of the new buzzwords. But really, for me, mindfulness is just the ability to be able to go quiet inside and not to react to the external world.
So it's a state management piece, isn't it, really, in terms of what you're saying? And I guess the thing that I'm picking up from what you're saying is also that for coaches, for us to help people to do that, presumably we have to be able to do that ourselves and go there first.
Oh, totally.
Before working with the client.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's so important for the coach to learn how to do self-management.
Yeah.
Otherwise there's an incongruency. And also think about this. The coach shows up and they've had a bit of a tough day, and the client shows up and they've had a bit of a tough day.
Yeah.
Where's the coaching going to go? Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard.
Whereas as a coach, we show up and we get a clean state. I call it a clean state, quiet
Nice.
mind, get ourselves centered, get ourselves grounded, And the client may still show up with all their baggage, but we can now coach them from a place of congruency to get in a better state to then do some decent coaching.
Yeah, so that kind of clean state, quiet mind might be something that we talk about further at another time.
Yeah, it's a great area to explore. So, in answer to your question about some tips, I think making people aware is the first thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that in and of itself can make some huge differences. But I also think making people aware of the hidden costs of not doing it is so important.
Yeah.
Poor states affect decision making, affect the ability for people to show up and be engaged in whatever they do. There's huge cost to it, and we're not even talking about the dysfunctional behaviour that most people use to manage states.
Yeah.
There's massive costs. So I think it's
and in teams too, it can, inability to manage state for a leader can have a big impact on a team.
Yeah, absolutely. Or one person's state can bring down the other person's state, but none of that needs to happen. So, I think this exploring the inner world is a really valuable subject of a conversation for any coach.
Thank you. That's great. Thanks very much. Okay. So, if you have any questions about anything we've talked about today, please do email either Steve or I. And again, do join us in our LinkedIn group, Business Coaching and Mentoring. Next time we meet, our conversation will be about trusting in yourself and trusting in others and thinking about the value of the team. So do join us next time.
Speak to you soon.